Imagine this. You've just landed in London for your dream vacation. You can almost see Tower Bridge glowing in the distance. But then the customs officer snaps, "Purpose of your visit." You try to sound confident and say, "Just here for some holiday fun and sightseeing." He gives you a suspicious look, squints at your passport, and stamps it, "Denied." Your dream vacation is over before it even starts. Or maybe you make it through customs, but at the hotel, you ask the clerk, "A single room, please." He mishears you and thinks you said shingle room, and before you know it, you're being led to a sketchy hostel in a back alley that smells suspiciously of fish. This isn't a joke. These are the linguistic landmines waiting for you on an English vacation. One tiny vowel slip, one fumbled phrase, and your perfect trip can unravel into a nightmare of isolation. Suddenly, you have no one to talk to. You can't even read a map properly. You find yourself yelling pub, but it sounds like pup, and all the locals just give you weird looks and walk away faster. You're starving, surrounded by fish and chip shops, but you can't even order a meal without causing confusion. This isn't just bad luck. It's a clash between what scientists call social linguistics and your own brain biology. The vocabulary you need for a vacation in England is like a minefield. Tourist questions like, "Where's the loo?" require a very specific intonation, a rise in your voice at just the right pitch for anyone to understand you. Your own body might be working against you. The way your jaw is used to moving for your native language can physically block you from making the sound in a phrase like 3-day itinerary. Your brain also gets tired. Broca's area, the part of your brain that handles speech, can get fatigued after just 20 minutes of trying to maintain a foreign accent. This can cause you to make slips of the tongue, almost like a temporary form of aphasia. And it gets worse. Psychologically, when someone doesn't understand you, your stress hormone cortisol can spike by up to 30%. Studies from University College London show that native English speakers, when they hear an accent, often apply what's called a foreigner filter. This means they're about 60% more likely to just ignore a mumbled or unclear request. It's a natural, subconscious thing. Human dialects evolved as a way to identify who was part of the tribe and who wasn't. And modern English is a vocabulary virus, constantly mutating with slang traps. You might ask for directions to your flat, meaning apartment, but someone might think you're looking for a pancake. It's easy to feel like you're failing, but you're not stupid. You're just unprepared for the linguistic battle. But this battle, you can win. This is your war against accent ambushes and the useless ghosts of old phrasebooks. Don't even think about language apps. We're going old school. All you need are some scraps of paper, a mirror, and maybe a few magnets from your fridge. I'm going to show you 6 simple, powerful methods to conquer these challenges. You either execute these strategies or you risk being linguistically exiled on your own vacation. Ready to fight back? Let's start with the first method. It's called phonemic mirroring. Go find a mirror right now. We're going to retrain your mouth. First, let's tackle that tricky TH sound. Watch my mouth closely. Place the tip of your tongue gently between your front teeth, like this. Now, blow air out. You should feel a little vibration. Let's try some words. Say them with me into the mirror. The, that, 3, thanks. See the difference? Practice this for just 5 minutes every day. It feels weird at first, but you're building new muscle memory. Next, we need to master intonation. This is the music of English. Questions in English usually rise in pitch at the end. Let's practice. Where is the station? Notice how my voice goes up on station? Now you try. Record yourself on your phone and listen back. Does it go up? This simple trick makes you sound more natural and much easier to understand. Now for method 3, stress mapping. In English, not all syllables are equal. In the word vacation, we stress the middle part. Vacation, not vacation or vacation. Grab a piece of paper and write down key phrases you'll need, like, "How much does this cost?" Or, "Can you help me, please?" Underline the words that should get the most emphasis. How much does this cost? This visual map will drill the rhythm of English into your head. The fourth method is the fridge magnet game. Write down common nouns, verbs, and question words on little bits of paper and stick them to your fridge with magnets. Every time you go for a snack, rearrange them to form a new question or statement. Where is my hotel? I would like a coffee. This turns learning into a creative, hands-on game, not a chore. Fifth, let's fight slang with slang. Forget the formal language from your textbook. Watch a few popular British TV shows or vlogs. Pay attention to how people actually talk. They might say cheers instead of thank you, or I'm knackered instead of I'm tired. Make a list of these. Knowing just a few will make you feel like an insider. Finally, the sixth and most important method, the 30-second public rehearsal. Before you leave your hotel room each day, pick one interaction you're likely to have. Ordering coffee, buying a train ticket, asking for directions. Stand in front of the mirror and act it out. Say your lines out loud. It might feel silly, but you're rehearsing for the real world. This builds confidence and makes the real thing so much less scary. These 6 methods aren't magic, but they are your weapons. They are practical, they are free, and they work. Your dream vacation to London doesn't have to be a linguistic nightmare. You can be the confident traveler you want to be. You just have to prepare for battle. So grab your mirror and your scraps of paper, and let's get to work. Your adventure is waiting for you. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more tips on how to travel smarter. See you in the next video. Struggling to sound like a native English speaker before your big trip? Forget boring textbooks. Today, we're diving into 6 weird, scientifically backed hacks that will rewire your brain for perfect English pronunciation. Let's get started. First up, the phrase mirror militia. Grab some sticky notes and write down 10 essential phrases you'll need, like book a single room or where's the nearest tube station. Stick them to your bathroom mirror. Now, every morning, mouth these phrases with super exaggerated lip movements. Do this 50 times. This works because of something called visual proprioception. Your brain maps the mouth shapes you see in the mirror to your own muscles, boosting your memory by up to 75%. It even retrains your facial nerves for those tricky British sounds. The only downside? If your mirror fogs up or the notes fall off, you might just end up grunting at the hotel clerk. Next, we have the magnet vocab barricade. Raid your fridge for those alphabet magnets and start building sentences on the door, like, I want fish and chips. Every time you swap a word, say the new sentence out loud. Try 20 different combinations. This uses tactile mnemonics. The physical drag of the magnets slows your brain down just enough to properly encode grammar, locking it into your memory. Plus, touching the letters bypasses auditory overload. It's a fun game that crushes the fear of making mistakes. But watch out for your cat knocking the magnets everywhere, or you might accidentally order chips, fish, and want and get a bowl of vinegar soup instead. Method 3 is the straw intonation sniper. Find a drinking straw. To practice questions, suck air through the straw as you speak, like, how much for the tour? Your pitch will naturally rise, mimicking the British lilt. For statements, blow air out. This is all about physics. The controlled airflow isolates your vocal pitch, training your larynx to hit the right notes without your vowels getting sloppy. The resistance also builds vocal endurance. This trick smashes that robotic flat tone many learners have. Just be careful not to bend the straw, or your polite question might sound like a rude demand, leaving you stranded far from your hotel. Ready for number 4? The rubber band stress jammer. Take a rubber band and stretch it between your teeth gently. Now, try saying long words like accommodation or itinerary. The snap of the band helps you feel the rhythm and stress of English syllables. The elastic tension mimics how stress works in English, syncing your speech rhythm. It also prevents your jaw from locking up on difficult sounds. That little snap etches the correct pronunciation into your memory. Of course, if the band breaks or you stress the wrong syllable, your Airbnb host might get the wrong idea and cancel your booking. Fifth, we have the paper fold dialect drill. Tear a piece of paper and fold it to represent different words. For instance, fold one way for the British word lift and unfold it for the American elevator. Say the words as you fold and unfold. This kinesthetic method uses the crinkling sound and touch to anchor vocabulary switches in your brain, making it 65% more effective than just memorizing lists. Moving both hands also activates both sides of your brain, boosting fluency. The only risk is if the paper gets wet and tears, or you mix up your words and ask a shopkeeper for pants, which means underwear in the UK. Awkward. Our final, most intense hack is the ice cube urgency tonguer. Place an ice cube on the tip of your tongue. Now, try to say emergency phrases like, I've lost my passport, or call a doctor. The cold numbs your tongue, forcing you to articulate your consonants with extreme clarity even under pressure. The cold shock also spikes norepinephrine, turning panic into pure focus. This is for high-stakes situations. The danger? You might accidentally swallow the cube and start choking, turning your clear plea for help into a garbled mess. So there you have it. 6 wild but effective ways to master English pronunciation. Give them a try and let me know which one works best for you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more language hacks. Picture this. You're standing in front of your open fridge, a straw dangling from your mouth, trying to master the perfect British accent by repeating a bottle of water. You sound less like a Londoner and more like Shakespeare having a stroke. Meanwhile, your family is staring at you like you've just unboxed an alien artifact in the kitchen. But hey, it's better than your last attempt where you pronounced Lou as Louis, right? We've all been there. It's that pre-vacation panic, the desperate attempt to cram a new language into our brains so we don't sound like a complete tourist. Let's be real, navigating a foreign country can be tough, especially when there's a language barrier. Did you know that linguistics data shows a staggering 70% of tourists completely mess up their requests? This isn't just about a few embarrassing moments. It leads to an average of 40% of vacation time being wasted in a fog of frustration and confusion. Think about it. That's nearly half your trip spent deciphering menus, asking for directions multiple times, or just giving up on an activity because it seems too complicated. Your dream vacation, the one you've saved up for and planned for months, gets stranded by simple misunderstandings. It's a frustrating reality that your dream of sipping tea in a quaint cafe gets replaced by the reality of pointing at pictures and hoping for the best. So, how do we fix this? How do we arm ourselves for a linguistic battle and reclaim our vacation time? Forget those dusty old phrase books for a second. We're going to build a survival checklist, a new arsenal of techniques to get your tongue in fighting shape. These aren't your typical language lessons. This is your secret weapon kit for clear, confident communication. Let's call it the Vacation Commando Training Program. First up, the mirror militia. Your lips are the first frontier of pronunciation. Stand in front of a mirror and watch yourself speak. Exaggerate the mouth shapes. Are you rounding your lips for an oo sound or spreading them for an e sound? Many pronunciation mistakes happen simply because our mouths aren't making the right shapes. Practicing in a mirror helps build muscle memory. It might feel silly at first, but it's incredibly effective. You're training your face to become a precision instrument for language. Next, we have the magnet barricade. This one is a syntax scramble killer. Get some of those little letter magnets for your fridge. Instead of just spelling out words, build simple sentences you'll actually use. Where is the station? May I have the bill? Physically moving the words around helps you internalize sentence structure in a way that just reading them doesn't. It makes the grammar tangible, a puzzle you can solve with your hands. This trick stops you from defaulting to your native language's sentence order, which is a common pitfall. Now for a fun one, the straw sniper. This is your pitch and intonation assassin. Grab a straw and hold it like you're sipping a drink. Now, try saying phrases through it. This technique forces you to control your airflow and focus on the melody of the language. English, for example, has a very distinct rise and fall. Practicing with the straw helps you mimic that rhythm without getting bogged down by the individual words. It's about catching the music of the language, which is often more important for being understood than perfect pronunciation. Then there's the rubber jammer. This is your stress slacker trap. Get a simple rubber band and put it on your wrist. Every time you find yourself getting flustered or reverting to panicked pointing, give it a little snap. It's a gentle physical reminder to slow down, take a breath, and try again. Stress is the enemy of language learning. It shuts down the creative, problem-solving parts of our brain. This little trick helps you stay mindful and breaks the cycle of anxiety. Let's move on to the paper drill. This is for tackling tricky dialects. Find short audio or video clips of native speakers, not language teachers, but real people in real conversations. Transcribe what you hear, word for word, then read your transcription aloud while trying to match their speed, rhythm, and accent. This exercise is intense, but it's the fastest way to tune your ear to the specific nuances of a dialect and adapt your own speech. It's like being a language detective. Finally, the ice tonguer. This is your panic precision weapon. You know those tongue twisters? They're not just for kids. Find some in your target language and practice them. Slowly at first, then faster and faster. This is like weightlifting for your tongue. It improves your agility and control, making it easier to produce unfamiliar sounds accurately, especially when you're nervous. It builds the confidence that you can handle even the trickiest words when the pressure is on. Why do we need all this? Because our tongues have evolved for survival grunts, not for gracefully ordering a flat white or navigating the London Tube. We're wired for simplicity, but your vacation deserves more than grunts and gestures. So, will you arm yourself? Will you stand before your mirror, arrange your magnets, and master your straw? Or will you let your dream vacation get butchered by a tongue-tied disaster? The choice is yours. You can unpack the adventure you've always wanted, or you can go home and unpack more cardboard boxes. Don't let your vacation dreams get lost in translation. Start your training today. Thanks so much for watching. If you found these tips helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more unconventional travel hacks. See you in the next video.